I am here with Constable Daryl Paquette, who is the Waterloo Region Crime Stoppers Coordinator. Thank you so much for chatting with us today. So we're talking about putting crime in the penalty box, and this all stems from a vandalism that happened right here at the Woolwich Memorial Centre. Let's talk about the history of the event.
Yeah, we started this event back in 2014, so it was January, it was New Year's Eve when two young fellas went into this community center and they basically damaged every part of this facility. So when it was all said and done, it was over $100,000 worth of damage. And the biggest thing is what happened after this is, and it kind of goes with the way Crime Stoppers work, where you need the commitment and the partnership of the police, the media, and the community. All three parts had worked together, and the community immediately stepped up and started giving the information to the police once the media had released what had happened. And from there, quickly, we had two young individuals under arrest. And from that, we looked at it, this was a great opportunity for our program to create an awareness of what Crime Stoppers is, because we do know that in our society that we have a lot of people that don't like to report to the police or are afraid to report to the police for a number of reasons, and it could be fear, it could be where they live, and it could be just the apathy of not really wanting to get involved. And we looked at it as the response of this community and how they quickly identified the people that were responsible. We said this is a good opportunity for our program to highlight that and do something and give back to the community for stepping up and speaking up. Our whole purpose of this is to create that relationship between the police and the young athletes that are on the field or on the ice. We're very fortunate to have not only police officers here speaking with the kids and being the role models, but we also have other community members, so teachers. We have some members from the University of Waterloo, Wilfrid Laurier, that came here, and they're giving their expertise to these kids. But the biggest thing is we're sending that message on what police officers and what community people are like, community-minded people, and we're hoping that we can send that positive message to the kids and be the role models that we're expected to be, for one, but also to just, teach them that good citizenship and making right decisions and, doing the right things when they see something that, whether it doesn't have to be just criminal, it could be just something that needs to be reported or someone needs to know about, and a simple thing is a bullying issue. So this event, not only are we teaching those skills on the ice, but we're teaching the life skills that I think is necessary and that sometimes we're lacking in our society.
What is the relationship between the police services and Crime Stoppers?
Well, Crime Stoppers, as most people aren't aware, actually is not a police initiative. It's a volunteer-run, not-for-profit organization, and we really rely on Crime Stoppers and their ability to appeal to the public to get information for us to solve some pretty important investigations. And I think the biggest thing is for them to help us bring some closure to a lot of victims in our community, and that's the biggest gift that they can give.
And I think you're right, a lot of people don't realize that it is a non-profit organization, so all of these events that Crime Stoppers works so hard on are free events to the public, but it's great to raise donations too, so that we can continue to provide funds for these tips.
That's right, and it's a service that they offer the community that does cost money, and these people here are on their own time, they're volunteers, and truly they make our work so much more effective, and they really bring a lot of help to the community with some troubling times.
Going home, what is the message that kids should be taking home with them today?
From today's event's about accountability and a bit about restorative, bringing the community back together. I mean, it was a very tragic event that happened here in 2014. And we want to show the community that, we're really thankful for them and all the tips they brought forward to help us solve the crime. But then there's that healing piece that needs to come into it as well, right? And bring the community back together. And that's what this event's all about.
I'm here with Cal Miller, who is a writer, and you have a special relationship with Crime Stoppers. Tell us what that is.
Well, I'm a board member with the Halton program, and originally back in 1983 I was on the steering committee that brought Crime Stoppers to Toronto. So it's a long-time relationship with the program.
And you've also done some writing on behalf of Crime Stoppers?
Yeah, I've written a number of books on Crime Stoppers, mainly because the public really don't know what Crime Stoppers is about. It's in every community that you can imagine across North America, but a lot of people think it's a police program, which it's not. It's a community program, it's a charity. It really protects the community from crime. It's a program that really makes the community safe. And I think that's what people need to understand.
So how would you say that the organization has maybe grown or evolved over the, since you've started in the 80s?
This is actually the 40th anniversary of Crime Stoppers. The original program was started in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 1976. And I'm doing a book right now with the founder of the program, Greg McAleese, who was the police officer in Albuquerque who originated the concept of Crime Stoppers. And I think that's what the people need to know, how it's grown. From that one program in Albuquerque 40 years ago, there are now more than 1,500 programs around the world. But Crime Stoppers has evolved into an amazing organization which protects the environment, protects our quality of life. It does all sorts of things. It's a great organization, and it's evolved, as you said.
So I think, like you said, a lot of people don't realize just how much Crime Stoppers is involved in the community.
Exactly.
What do you think of their new comic book that they're releasing today, the Crime Stopper character?
I think it's absolutely amazing. It brings it to young people. It introduces Crime Stoppers to young people. It's a tremendous concept, and also it's an educational program. The more you can involve youth, the more they grow up with it.
What do you think the take-home message is from an event like this today, where children are getting an opportunity to play alongside police officers in the Crime Stoppers?
Exactly, and they can see that police are human. They can also see that there are all kinds of organizations within the community, like the Lions Club, that they may want to involve with later. They realize, of course, that these organizations are helping them with sporting events and such and sports teams. So they see how the community works, and it gives them a better understanding.